Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of accessories I picked up from my Garmins that I didn't actually know existed, and they're pretty cool, so I thought I would share with you guys. So let's first talk about these charging cradles. So these are very cool. So what these allow you to do is to be able to charge your Garmin kind of face up. So you would just put, it's almost like a dock. You plug it in and the watch can kind of charge. And then you have actually micro USB and USB-C. So I find this a much easier way to charge the watch because the watch kind of sits flat versus kind of, using the cable. Where's my Garmin cable? I don't have it here handy, but the Garmin cable, you always got to lay it on its side. So I feel like this is just an easier way to charge, and you get the flexibility of USB-C and micro, so it gives you a lot of options. So very cool. Got these on AliExpress. What I have here now are various different adapters that I actually also did not know existed, and I'll kind of go through different kind of options. So I got some here that are for my Fenix, and then some for my Instinct as I'm wearing here. So the first ones I'll talk about are these kind of loop type adapters. So as you probably have seen in my other videos, I've become a big fan of these, I don't know what to call them, Velcro straps, hook and loop straps, whatever they want to call them, as my kind of go-to bands, particularly on the Instinct. On the Fenix, sometimes I'll still wear a traditional silicone, but on the Instinct 2, because it's a 26 millimeter, they're just too freaking, I think, beefy and heavy. I find the silicone bands in 26 millimeters just too heavy, just like too thick. I just feel my wrist feels kind of hot underneath. I mean, you can kind of see a difference here. It's a substantial difference to go to 26. I really wish they hadn't done that. But when it comes to the Instinct, I pretty much can only wear this watch using these fabric-based straps. But the issue I was having is that there isn't much space, to allow for it to fit. So if we take one of these off, it took a ton of work to kind of get this through. It was just a pain in the butt. And I always took this off to shower because it's fabric, so it was just a struggle to constantly be messing with this. So these basically now allow you to, with ease, to be able to use these hook and loop straps. So now very easy to, take the watch on and off, without struggling to do it. So these are going to make my life much easier. And what they also do, I'll demonstrate on my Fenix, which is kind of, I think cool as well. So if we put this on the Fenix, so a lot of these design bands, they have the design on one side and kind of just like, black on the other side. And I didn't realize it, but actually this is the part that goes around your hand, so you see this more. But because this kind of adds a little extra length to the band, I'll show you what I mean here. Let me put this on. Is the extra length this adds helps now to be able to see more of the design, because now it basically makes these a little bit longer. So when you put them on, they basically almost like meet now. So now you actually see the pattern all the way around your watch. So this is what it looks like on the Fenix. You can kind of see. And now when I go to shower, it's going to be much easier to, take this off than nice and easy. This one wasn't too bad, but the Instinct, man, Instinct was a struggle to take on and off. So that is kind of the adapter for that. Next we have, so let me take these off, put these to the side. All right, so next what I have for, let's stick with the Instinct. Just for the Instinct? All right, here's the Instinct. Are these adapters. So these are actually 26 to a 22 conversion. So you can see it fits a 26 perfectly. But then on this end, you can now use a 22-inch band or an inch millimeter band. So again, I think it makes it, the Instinct, a little bit more comfortable now, because you don't have to use those super fat bands like you did with, you know, using the 26. So you can use that, or what you can also do is that if you have, you know, if you have a collection, if you're a watch collector and you already have, you know, a box full of various bands, you can actually use a traditional watch band, which I'll demonstrate here on my Fenix. So let me take this one off the Fenix. And obviously I've acquired a ton of these Garmin bands, so using 22, my Instinct will be a huge help. But if we put this on the Garmin or the Fenix, and now let's just say I wanted to use my canvas strap, I can actually put it on here. A little hard to get this into the camera. There we go. So now, if you already have a bunch of watch bands, you can now kind of extend your watch capabilities to your other bands. But there you go. So now if I wanted to wear like my canvas band, you know, obviously you get the point. You can open this up to really anything, leather, metal. So if you have any, if you wanted to use like a metal band with this, I don't know if I have one here readily available to demonstrate that, but obviously you can use some other rubber ones that you have. I don't have any metal ones handy here, but I have some other sport ones. So this one might not fit too well, but you get the idea. This basically allows you to use any watch band, whether it's a quick fit or a regular one. You kind of get that option, but it steps that down. So basically the big difference is that now you can use a 22 on a 26, or you can also use a 20 on a 22. Oh, I don't have the spring bars in here, but so that's essentially what you can do. You can lessen the size of the band a little bit to cut down on the weight and bulk. So if you're kind of someone that likes these watches, but you know the size of these watches is a little cumbersome for you, these will allow you to step down a size and just kind of shave some bulkness off the watch. So let me get a pin in here, and now I can take a 22-inch and put it on there as well. So there you go. So it's a way to kind of make the watch a little smaller. So that's how these work. And then lastly, I got these right here. And to be honest, I wasn't quite sure what these can do, but essentially I think this is kind of the same concept now, except for it just looks a little more sleeker. So it looks gosh, the watch terminology is slipping me here. End links. So now it looks more like an end link on like a real watch than a Garmin. So let me grab a watch here. So if you look at traditional watches, you know, they have end links, and this is kind of what this emulates, is having an end link on your bracelet. So this would be good if you wanted to use a metal bracelet, but you can obviously still use this with your regular bracelets as well. So if you wanted to, again, I'm going to use my canvas one here, put that on there, and there you go. So now you can attach it, and just gives it a little bit of a cleaner look as opposed to like, you know, this one, which just kind of got the open. So that's what these are. Kind of similar. It's just a cleaner look. So, and then this one obviously is for the Instinct, so it's a little wider. But over here I have a 22-inch leather band, so if I wanted to throw this on leather, put it on, and there you go. You kind of have a little bit of a nicer look. But these would be good for metal. I just wish I had a metal band here readily available to test this out, but I actually don't have any black ones. All my metal bands are silver. But yeah, so that is it for these accessories. Like I said, I wasn't really too aware of them, that they even existed, until this fiasco kind of made me just motivated to see if there was some way to make this a little easier, because I was just getting sick of fighting with these bands every time I took a shower. I got to the point where I was just shower with it and then just switch out the band later, because it was just, I didn't have time to sit there and like, oh man, this one's actually really stuck on there. Hang on a second. And for some reason this one doesn't want to go back all the way here. These might need a little, oh geez, yeah, this one's like stuck. There we go. So these might need a little, honestly, a little oiling to kind of, obviously it's not the highest quality finishing here on these things, so I'm sure. Yeah, this one's kind of getting a little caught up on something. So I might put a little oil in there. There we go. Yeah, this one needs a little attention, but kind of to be expected. So I'm going to now put this into how I plan on wearing it, which is with for the Velcro ones, and that is it. So hopefully this gives you guys some ideas. If you wanted to experiment a little bit, if you wanted to save some money, not always have to repurchase, new bands anytime you switch between different sizes. This kind of lets you reuse more of these, because now, especially from an Instinct, I may now consider switching, especially now that summer's coming around the corner, back to silicone. But I cannot go back to these, chunky ones again. I mean, look at that. It's just a lot of silicone around your wrist. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I find it extremely uncomfortable to wear those fat straps. On this one, they don't bother me too much. But then again, now I have the option to even step down even more, to go down to a 20 millimeter, which, to be honest, kind of curious to see what that would feel like. I don't think I've ever owned a Garmin watch that takes 20 millimeter bands. The only reason I have these 20 millimeter bands on hand is because they're from my wife's watch, because that's what she usually would get, the smaller. So now I'm kind of curious to see how that fits, so let's find out. Oh my gosh, it's so easy to take this off now. Actually, I put it on backwards, but that's alright. So let's see how this feels. Oh yeah, no, it does. It's crazy that, how much kind of comfort these silicone bands can impact the watch by. The watch just already feels kind of lighter. So yeah, see, so this is on with a 22 millimeter. I still think it looks fine. I don't think it looks out of place, but yeah, it does make the watch feel a little bit lighter. You don't have as much silicone kind of suffocating your wrist. So that's kind of cool too. All right, well, that's it for this one. Sorry, this was kind of a disorganized type of video, but I don't know how I could have organized it anymore. But anyway, you get the idea. Any questions, let me know. All these are on AliExpress, so there's multiple sellers selling these, so go on there and find one that you like. And I will talk to you next video.